So it's December. It's about 80 degrees in Los Angeles, plus this flash dryer right here adds another couple hundred degrees. So this is a pretty hot process. So this is kind of behind the scenes shirt making. It's not very glamorous. As you can see, I'm in my parents' garage, but this is the lab for now. Someday, you know, when I'm rich and famous, I'm gonna get a killer studio set up, but right now you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Yeah, this is the screen. This is the ink. It's kind of like a peanut butter consistency, but it's plastic. You don't want to get any on your fingers, because if you do, you can't wash it off. And if you even get a little bit, you know, it'll get all over the shirt, so you want to be super precise with it. And once you hit it with the heat, it embeds it into the fabric. You want to let it cook at around 320 degrees. That's the sweet spot. So what's my process like? I mean, it's pretty therapeutic. You know, you're doing the same thing over and over, but I want to make sure that each one is just super precise. So, you know, we run a pretty tight ship. So for the people who, you know, didn't really grow up around here, just a little bit about what it's like growing up in Los Angeles. You know, it's a global city, especially the port of Los Angeles where we grew up. It's a very heterogeneous and volatile environment. You have people, you know, as a port city, you have just cultures, ideas coming in from all over the world, and it's just this big amalgamation of all that stuff mixed up. You have the extremely wealthy and the extremely poor living right beside one another. And you know, that contrast is just, it's something that is day-to-day life for us, and you can't, it's hard to ignore. So there's just a little bit of adhesive on the palette, and the heat activates that to adhere the shirt to the palette. I'm just gonna press a little bit of ink through the screen, and it hits on the shirt. Then you're gonna want to cure it, and you want to make sure that it gets to just the right amount of heat. If you don't do it enough, it'll still be sticky and it'll just wash right off. Even if it's dry to the touch, if it's not embedded enough, it'll just wash right off. If you do it too much, the shirt can catch on fire and you'll set your whole operation on fire. Want to give it a once over, make sure that it's a shirt that I would wear, because I don't want to give someone a shirt that I wouldn't wear myself. You want to work around people that are better than you, you know, so you can constantly be pushing your level, and that's what I have, you know, like, just people that are constantly, like, pushing you to, you know, to try something new and different, and just continually evolve and grow. I think as far as the shirts go, I just really wanted to do something that I wanted to do. I want to make shirts that I want to wear. My life is so much about, you know, people, or everyone's life, you know, people telling you, but you should do this or do that, or I was like, you know what, this is one thing where I want to do what I want to do, and I want to make sure it's about what I want to make. So what is my kind of ultimate goal for all of this? I mean, really, like, it's an honor whenever I see anybody wearing one of the shirts. I love telling stories, and that's why, like, each shirt, it kind of symbolizes, you know, a story, part of my story. But I think my favorite part is when, you know, that takes off and people tell their own stories, and a shirt becomes someone else's story. That's my favorite part. Of course, you know, make a better life for my family. Maybe one day get my head above water. But I mean, even that, like, I just enjoy it.